welcome. And I hope you all are having a fantastic evening, as we certainly are. My name is Maria. I go by at Happy Capture on the internet, and I'm gonna be running this here game of Savage Worlds, aka Helbine-7 in space and stuff like that. Before we get into the game proper, I have these lovely individuals who are here going to be playing with me. If you all, starting with Corey, since Emma has cake, uh, go ahead, introduce yourselves, your pronouns and your character, and also their pronouns.
Awesome. My name is Corey Hickson, and my pronouns are he, they, and I will be playing today Connor O'Neill, and his pronouns are he, him.
What a good bean, both of you. Next, well, let's hop over to good old Tyrion over there.
Hey everybody. I'm Taryn, pronouns he, him. Definitely realized my stuff on the Zoom call is totally not right, but ignoring that for the moment. Yeah, it's left over from a fun one shot last night. But yeah, so I'm playing Maximilian Rochester the Fourth. Max out those millions, y'all.
Quality people. Both of them. Next, let us go to Tim.
Hello, hi. I'm Tim at Alan Moff on all the social interwebs, and I'm playing him, he, and I'm playing Don, who is also a him, he, and has no secrets whatsoever.
Now, y'all, you're the most honest party I've ever had the opportunity to play games with. And then, last, of course, not least, Emma, the cake queen.
Oh, buddy. It's true. All the rumors are true. My name is Emma. You can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I am playing Z, who uses all pronouns.
Wonderful. Couldn't click the thing. Fantastic. So, the last time that we all were here, you all had finally made it into space to head to good old Helbine-7, the moon circling around Helbine Prime that, through various means, both Z and Maximilian discovered an abandoned or long forgotten laboratory that presumably belongs to one Felbert Helbine, the kind of pioneer explorer slash scientist who kind of discovered most of the system that you're in and was named. The planets were named after him. Some of them were, at the very least. On your journey there, you had some discussions, made a new friend in Connor, and learned a little bit about more about each other, which was wonderful. Also learned that there were some very cloaked vessels hovering around Helbine Prime that the crew of the tiny Hussel told you it was totally fine and nothing to be worried about at all. But we pick up as do that one. There we go. As you all, it's been roughly a day or so of travel, and an announcement just came over the speaker that said, "We will be arriving in Helbine-7 in approximately 25 minutes. Please make any preparations needed, as we will be landing very soon. Thank you very much." And that's how you are awoken if you've been sleeping, or how your day is interrupted. You're free to move about the cabin if you wish to do anything before landing on the moon itself. If you have nothing to discuss, we can just hop to the moon. We can do some moon hopping.
Yeah, I think.
We're gonna go to the moon.
Go
Y'all,
to the moon.
you made it to the moon. You all dock at the not the Horizon spaceport. Hold, that's a different spaceport entirely. You all arrive at Oracle Point. The smaller kind of spaceport outpost that is nestled on Helbine-7. Compared to the Horizon spaceport on Helbine Prime, it is very, very empty. And you can see a lot of the craft that is docked here. The few craft that are docked here. You can see one other of these sorts of ferrying vessels. And besides that, you see a couple of smaller speeder type sized vessels, similar to the one that you all brought with you. And you actually do see a couple of wheeled and treaded vehicles, more all-terrain, quote unquote all-terrain, except for space vehicles. That a lot of you know they're not as commonly used anymore. But as you were coming into this moon, essentially, you notice a distinct difference in climate and also vegetation, as there is an abundance of vegetation here. The main thing about Helbine Prime, it's almost entirely desolate except for the one giant city, Banda City. Here is almost exactly the inverse. The entire moon is kind of covered in this thick blanket of trees and humidity. You can even see, as you're flying in, these strange bird-like creatures traveling in large groups and families, disappearing into the tree line. Very far off, you notice that there are some larger creatures that do kind of... They look the closest to, like, oh no, the long-necked dinosaurs that I don't remember which bee one it is. Yes, that one.
They're just called long necks.
They're long necks. You see a
That's
bunch of
what they
long
are.
necks.
Brontosauruses.
Brontosaurus. Okay. Thank you very much, Tim. You saved. You can see some some creatures that do look like that you can see extending above the tree lines, and the trees here are not exactly small. But you take all that in as you arrive at the space port Oracle Point. The door, after you all settle to your accommodations, opens soon after everything kind of settles down. And Aaron, the android captain of this ship, with their hands clasped behind their backs, looks in, not entering the room itself, but looks in on you all and says, if you are all ready, we have landed and would like to get you on your way.
No, yeah, that sounds great. Let's get rolling, fam.
Excellent. You can see at this point a couple of the other androids come in and collect your belongings, load them, following you to your vessel, and the hatch opens, allowing you to exit at your leisure. Who would like to fly the speeder today?
Emma, you.
We are clearly the pilots here. I'll do that, and I should get my dice.
All right, Matthew W. Foreman.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I gotta stop hanging out with him. Check out my sweet dice bag, though. Everyone.
It's so sexy.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to pilot.
Okay, fantastic. So you all have a general idea as to where this particular building was located. You were able to document that, and with Z, with your basically almost infinite capacity to remember most anything, you're able to get a general idea of where it might be. You know that it was north, quite a ways. So it is possible it could take you, perhaps even a full day or so to even find it, with the thick vegetation and everything.
Sure.
But, so you are going to take the helm on flying the craft itself. Now, as far as, I suppose, the navigation in a sense of trying to actually locate this specific building in this sea of trees, is there someone who wishes to lead that?
I'm guessing that would probably be a notice skill, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Ooh,
not me.
that.
But Max is gonna pipe up before we take off and be like, so like, no, it's not really my thing, and like discretion isn't really what comes with the territory with me. But like, should we try and lose people to make sure nobody's following us?
That's actually a reasonable suggestion, Max. Million. That's
Right.
I'm
Max
proud
is my
of you.
father.
I'm proud of you. It's a good idea.
This Dawn face right now, like, the hell?
Oh, that's the wrong dice. I am quite good at noticing things and keeping an eye on things. If you would prefer to pilot today.
That sounds great. I mean, like, if it's probably best if we just do the things that we're good at. So I'll pilot and you can notice.
I am also good at piloting, but I'd be happy to have
Sure.
you take the helm for now.
Subtle flex.
Always.
So that's a D6 for me.
And then we also roll another d6, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's 1-6.
Now, if anyone does want to help, not with piloting necessarily, because it's kind of a one-person piloting, but if anyone else wants to help with the actual notice,
That's a 9 on piloting, by the way.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I'll help with the notice.
Okay.
Ooh. That's a 9 and a 2.
Alrighty.
Got an 8 on notice.
Okay. Fantastic. It's fine. I'll fight it someday. All right. Excellent. So with everyone in tow, everyone with their specific duties in mind, Maximilian, you throw it in reverse, spin it around, and glide out of the tiny whistle or whistle. I take it you wish to lose anyone who is following you, considering you asked that question.
Yes, I'm going to attempt that maneuver.
Okay.
And actually, if I can, I'd like to kind of blank slate the surrounding of anything that's appearing on the cameras that I've got going for my live stream.
Okay.
Or just make them show inside the ship so they can't really
I
see our
understand.
location.
I was like, I don't know what he's trying to do. I understand now. I got it. So essentially, like playing a ad break.
Yeah.
yeah. You can
It's
absolutely
like
do that.
it's like an intermission thing of Max just going.
Yeah.
It's a rebroadcast. He's replaying some Twitch streams that he's done.
There you go. Absolutely. You don't even have to roll for that. You can absolutely do that. Cool. All right. So with your particular set of skills, you are able to get yourself through the smaller spaceport and out into the wilds, essentially. you can see for miles pretty much that there is basically no other no other ships out that you can see. The most that you can see is just natural wildlife. But in an effort to try to lose people, you kind of dip down into the trees for a small period of time. You do see every once in a while some roads, some actual like carved paths. Perhaps they were dried out rivers or they have been actually made. But you're able to duck your speeder into these, kind of get out of the line of sight a little bit, find some spaces between larger trees. And so you're fairly confident that if someone was pursuing you, they probably don't know where you are.
We did every measure we could.
You did everything. You did what you could with the resources at hand. You have done that. So there it is. The lot of you who are not driving, keeping your eye out, and Z kind of using your everything that you could find and remember. Remind me, was Maximilian, did you share with everyone, because I think you were the one that got like the drone shots from your good old followers?
Yeah, I definitely would have shared that
with everybody.
Around.
Okay, perfect. So using your collective knowledge, you're starting to like triangulate where possibly this could be, and the two of you who are kind of keeping an eye out notice, and you've been traveling for a couple of hours at this point. You notice that this particular portion of this forest underneath you, and every once in a while when Maximilian kind of dips into the trees for a little bit, you notice a larger collection of this kind of silvery, mildly translucent, it looks almost like steel wool that's kind of been interwoven into the branches of the trees, and at one point the vessel itself, Maximilian, you have to actually like dip up a bit faster than you were anticipating, because it actually stretched all across this roadway that you were going through. And Z, you remember that there was mention of these creatures that were known to be around, that were basically like giant spiders with like weird razor teeth and such, known as bone spiders, and they were, I believe you remember them being not too pleasant to read about. But you don't see any of them. You don't see any other vessels or anything like that. Eventually, you do see a change in the kind of tree sea. You see a almost like like the Lion King hill, or the mountain rock mesa. You kind of see just this like strange outcropping of rocks. And Z, you recall that this was a pretty substantial signifier of you being close to where that building is. As you get closer to it, you do. Let me see. I'm going to have Everyone make another notice check for me.
I will say that I do have hello. I do have sorry, my cat just danger sense. So if this is it doesn't necessarily matter, but I don't know if like edges stack on one another because I have alertness and I have danger sense and they are for two different things. So if this is to like sense an ambush, I can add things to it.
Okay.
You don't have to. You can message me to say yay or nay if you would prefer.
Okay.
Saying that you just stay here for a second.
I'm pretty confident that they can stack.
Boy, howdy.
You know what? Sure. We're gonna say that they do, because this is my game.
I support you.
Thank you.
All your decisions.
Oh, I thank you. Yeah, so the specifics of that, just so I'm making sure that I know. You said that you have danger sense and what was the other one?
Alertness.
Alert. Okay.
So one said +2 to notice rolls. The other said +2 to notice rolls to sense ambushes.
Okay. I would say.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't stack.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't stack. If this is
I don't know.
an
Games
ambush.
are weird.
Well, games are weird and rules are weird, so we're just gonna making it up anyway.
Maria, you know how I feel about rules.
I know how you feel about rules. Okay. So what did everybody get? Tell me, please.
5.
5. Excellent.
3. Max is not perceptive.
You're distracted. You're driving a ship.
Got a 5.
Perfect.
I got a 12.
Wow. Z sees a lot of things. Okay.
I'm sorry, 11. I added wrong. 11.
You still see basically everything. Okay. As you're flying closer to this large earthen mound, you see Z and Dawn and Connor parked on the top, the very top, kind of flat plateau. You can see a figure, something that looks vaguely humanoid. Z, you're able to pick out a little bit more. It looks humanoid, but it definitely looks more like a more robotic, as in like a robot, more mechanical, and you can see that it is on one knee, and it appears to be looking out and around. There's no other ships that you can see nearby. It seems to be just this one robot. Humanoid in shape and structure, but it definitely looks like a mechanical robot.
I thought I was muted. I will inform the group. And I'm not gonna like directly point like, look, but I'm going to in the direction that I am facing. I will just try with my face. Did we? Oh my. I will try with like my face to point in the direction and point out to them that there is a figure up there that looks robotic in nature, not like an android.
Okay. I'll say due to the nature of everyone else's notice rolls, are you saying any of that out loud?
I'm just trying to figure out what's happening right now. I will, if someone rated us, thank you.
If
I,
not, what the hell?
Not hello?
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Hello.
Hello, all 121 of you.
Hi.
I will, that makes me nervous that you asked me that. So yes, I mean, I will, because Z wouldn't know that that's weird. So they would just say, up on that hill over there, there is something that is robotic, not android.
Okay.
Right. How far away would you say this android robotic being is?
I would say probably like definitely less than a quarter mile. I mean, it's fairly easy to see pretty far away.
As soon as Z says something about this, I will be pulling the ship kind of to like a quick stop, just so that we can assess the situation.
Okay. Do you want? I assumed you were staying above the tree line, as that's the quickest route, the quickest way to go. Did you want it to kind of like stop and hover above the trees, or do you want to dip into the tree line?
I'll dip in.
Okay.
I have an overconfident hindrance, so
This is fantastic and wonderful, and I appreciate it.
I think we should go check it out.
Do I get the sense that that would be dangerous?
Do you know it would be better if one of us goes and checks rather than all of us go and check? For example, like I'm just thinking, you know, if they're seeing a car come flying towards you and they want to take it out, that's us all dead. And we don't want that, do we? So, what if we manage to find a way to send someone a bit closer to distract them?
Well, I'm currently taking the ship in, so
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
you're
can
not
go.
parking, you're just going down and then going?
no, I'm
Okay,
like
okay.
kind of going and stopping. I was just meant like going in as in like going down.
Gotcha.
Preferences. Silent Kobold raid. Okay, hi everyone for the silent raid. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We love you guys very much.
We're being attacked by kobolds.
everybody.
Hi. Hello.
Right. So, there might be a way that we can only send one of them to go check. Do you want us to go, rather than send us all to go to possible certain doom?
I'm not sure that certain doom would be an accurate statement in this particular situation.
What are the odds?
I think we're gonna be just fine.
Maria, could I quickly calculate the odds of certain doom in this situation?
Yes, I don't remember if you have like a specific ability to do that. If not, just roll smarts.
I believe it is the doom skill. No. Okay,
Sing
I
the
will just-
doom song, and yes, you can.
I will
We're
roll-
doomed. Doomed.
Do I also roll a d6 when I roll smart?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Boy.
How was that
Oh
roll?
no! Wait. Sorry. D10s always mess me up. So
So
a
if you-
0 isn't a 0.
A 0
it's-
is a
It's a 10.
10. So
It's
you
a
can
10.
roll that again.
Oh.
It's a 10. Roll it again.
Ooh.
Wait, did you just roll a second 10?
I did. I got 24.
Fuck. Oh boy. Oh boy, howdy. Okay.
Heck.
Heck.
Boy heck.
Mackenzie.
All right. Oh geez, that's very loud. Okay.
Spoopy.
Yeah. 26. Okay. Yes. Remind me specifically, because that's just such a crazy number that I'm just trying to think. Remind me specifically what it is that you are calculating.
Certain doom.
I'm trying to
Certain
calculate
doom.
our certain doom in this moment.
Okay.
But I mean, really, it's like I'm trying to calculate, like, I'm trying to get my own sense of danger in this situation.
Gotcha. Okay. You do know and acknowledge that there are many unknown variables, such as what this construct, who they belong to, what they're doing, what could be around. But given what you do know about this area, about the kind of indigenous flora and fauna, about the other individuals that you knew were interested in this particular area, such as like the Interstellar Coalition, what you now know about your present company, all of that sort of stuff factored in. Certain doom, a slight chance, but it's kind of a consistent slight chance. The probability of it being a foolhardy thing to just charge forward, that's a much higher probability, as you have already kind of calculated so many unknown variables that just charging forward blindly would probably not be the best thing to do.
So okay. According to my calculations, if we were to charge in without any additional information, we would have approximately a 74.62% chance of certain doom.
And what if it just sent one person without a ship after that person? Would it be less than 75%, or?
I would say that that's not a smart move.
Right. Noted.
He just really wants to be part of this, but also not part of this.
We're being attacked by Ewoks.
You know, just as a suggestion, and this is totally wild, I know, we could go around.
Bloody hell, that's the second smart suggestion you've said in a day.
It's been a weird day.
What did you drink last night?
A couple of 10 Locos?
Yeah, that'll do it.
He's got like one like right there. He's like, you want one?
No, and you shouldn't be drinking while driving, boy.
There we go. Back to the right relationship. So, I could always just take it around. They definitely know we're here, though.
And I can't identify at all. I only can tell that this is, I can only tell that this is for, thank you so much for the bits.
Oh, thank you.
I can only tell that this is a robotic creature. I can't tell anything else about it. There's no distinctive...
From this distance, correct. You would have to either get closer or have some other means of being able to see exceptionally long distances.
Does anyone have any binoculars?
You can check my pack.
I'll look through his pack while he's driving.
There's binoculars.
Hands on the wheel.
There's also a scope. There's like all sorts of things that you might need for the situation.
On the ship, is there like a way to zoom in? Is there like on the ship, is there like a screen that'll like pop up and have like a little like...
Can we
Maximilian
enhance?
can enhance.
I'd like to enhance.
I mean, there can be, and there sure can be now.
Yeah. Zoom and
Yeah.
enhance.
Okay. Yeah. Zoom in and chant. Yes.
We're on the Rossi now. Okay?
Yeah, it's not like exceptionally super crazy advanced technology. It's essentially just like pinch and zoom. You would have to get above the trees to use the ship's viewport.
Okay.
But you could do that if you wanted to. There's also, as Maximilian said, just regular binoculars / scopes and things like that, just kind of, casually tucked away in his backpack.
I got my go bag.
I'm ready.
I will poke my head out of the sunroof with binoculars.
Okay.
I will note that the bag was packed very poorly, and all of the heavy stuff was at the top, so you had to like move it out of the way to get down to the really small.
I've just turned your bag upside down.
It just clatters. So just to give everyone an idea of what's in this bag, there's some metagels, a metascanner, a rebreather, a wall walker, just in case we need that, body armor, a force field, night vision goggles, binoculars, a scope, and a plasma rifle.
I do have a question about your binoculars. Particularly how much you spent on them. As that will, did you spend?
I spent $500 on them.
$500.
I bought the like sci-fi ones, I guess.
Okay.
The sci-fi ones with pinch and zoom?
No, they're just binoculars. If you had spent $2,200 on them, it would have had a different effect. But I assume you
Nope,
did not
don't
spend
have
that much. Okay, perfect.
I didn't have that much money.
Excellent, fantastic. Perfect. So, Dawn, if you are in fact using these binoculars, go ahead and make a notice check. You will get a +2 to your notice check.
I'm gonna spend a penny. That's a bit better. Okay, that's +2, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's an 11.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You pop up. Narratively speaking, I am going to assume that you do lift the ship up a bit more, as these trees are fairly tall, enough that you can pop up like a little meerkat. But you pop up and you check to where this figure was. And you can see that the figure is still there. It has gone from a kneeling position to a standing position, and it is looking in your direction. You can tell that it is a fairly intricate, almost entirely metal-cased body, kind of like C-3PO-esque, but less shiny, more like a dark, dull, grayish black color to it. You can also see, with an 11, I shall grant this to you, you can see a serial number emblazoned on the front, kind of like across the shoulder a little bit. And on the bottom, you can see a small circular symbol that in it has a gear, and oh wait, no, hang on, I just grabbed this before. It's a set of scales. On one side is a pile of books, and the other side is, what was it? It's a symbol for the Interstellar Coalition, is what it is.
For those that are just joining us, that is...
Oh yes, the Interstellar Coalition, which is a very prominent faction on the Helbine Prime, the main planet, that is kind of a combination of a religiously minded sect, as well as one of the largest scientific and mechanically minded companies, essentially, of the entire system. They specialize in making things like androids, such as Z, and other mechanically minded assistant type creatures and or other beings. They're also not exceptionally well liked at this point in history, and have kind of lost a lot of their following in recent decades. So they are potentially trying to fix that. This is what you see, OU, with the binoculars.
Right.
It is by visibility day.
It is Happy Bye Day.
Hey!
Happy Bye Day, everyone.
We
You
viewed with
can't
our
see us the rest of the
binoculars.
year.
Yep.
Yep.
Just look for the ones who are sitting with a leg over the arm.
Or
Of chairs.
fruitcake.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
Sorry,
dip
just
down.
bad dad joke with
It
the
was great.
binoculars.
So good.
I'm gonna dip back down into the car through the sunroof. Go right. There's a robot from the coalition looking at us.
Oh, one other thing. I'm sorry. One other thing you could tell. It definitely had an eye that was like essentially like a telescopic lens that was in fact pointed in your direction.
Oh, I'm gonna yeet
Right.
out of here. Bye, everybody.
Right.
Good luck.
Dip back down into the sun. Go. Can someone pass me that rifle and scope, please?
I'm currently driving the ship, so good luck, buddy.
I will do that.
Oh, right. Put back up the rifle and scope. Is he still pointing at me? Like looking?
Yes, although you can see that it has turned away and is walking towards the opposite side of the plateau.
Okay. Pop her down to the car. He's walking away now, right?
I will say that if that is a part of the Interstellar Coalition, killing it will actually not do much as they function with a hive mind technique. Any
Is there-
information that robot currently has, everyone else already has.
That's terrifying, fam.
Right. Let's just keep a swivel on, alright?
Not quite sure what that means, Don.
Oh, God, you young'uns. Right. Just keep your wits about you, alright? So, no fancy flamboyant driving. Just keep low, keep slow, and let's make sure we don't get shot or caught or anything like that, alright?
All right, you got it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy.
So we just kind of like slowly follow them, maybe?
Well, he's going down the other side of the plateau. So the thing I'm expecting is that if we go over there, we're going to encounter, an armada of random robots just looking at us, and I don't want that.
Just like a thought, though. But wouldn't if they were gonna do something, they would have done something by now?
Not necessarily. They are incredibly well trained.
I meant more. We've just been sitting here, like out in the open for a little while. So
Unless unless they want us to find it and then they just swoop in last minute. It's an option.
They are not here with any sort of army-grade militia. They are here for information. So they are not likely to do anything currently.
But
And they are more likely to take the information that robot currently collected on us, particularly on myself, and they will make a decision once they have all of the variables.
can we do anything about it?
No, I believe that we should move forward with our current mission and
That
directives.
sounds freaking awesome. Let's roll.
Well,
The ship's just gonna take off.
as we're taking off, I'm going to quickly text Z using the comlink straight to Z's brainscape.
Terrifying brainscape.
And go, do you want us to go and get this guy so they don't know about you?
I will send
with
back
Private browsing mode.
Right. I will send back I would guarantee that information has already reached them. They will know that I am here.
Reply back. Shit. Send.
Sorry, Josie's having a time back there. I will reply back. Yes. Shit.
Kraken.
Current status. ... Shit. All right, so we keep going.
Okay. Are you progressing through the tree line? Are you going above the tree line? How do you want to go about?
Let's just they kind of know we're here already. Let's get I know I was just told not to get fancy with it. Let's get fancy with it.
Okay. So a little bit of column B,
column B.
most of column B, which is down. So column D going down. Okay. Go ahead and make another piloting check for me then.
Alrighty then.
Can I assist?
So that's a
isn't
6.
like a thing. Oh, well, wait.
Another 6.
Well, hold
another
on.
6.
Hold on.
21.
Okay. I was gonna help, but
Yeah, I was gonna say assisting is a thing that you can do.
It's fine.
I don't know how much he's gonna need it at the moment. Okay. Okay. With a 22, you said?
21.
21.
Just 21.
Okay, just only 21. That makes the difference. Yeah, you are able to, through this dense tree, this dense vegetation, you're able to basically, like Anakin Skywalker, you just able to turn the ship just enough to get through these trees, to get past these sheets of the silvery, steel wool looking substance that's just kind of stretched or just hanging off of trees, kind of like this, like moss. Yes? Did you?
oh, I was saying to myself, no, no.
Oh, okay.
I do. There's a thing when you are done though that I would
Okay.
like to.
So you are taking this, describe to me your route. Are you going straight and over, around? How are you trying to intercept this person? Are you just continuing around?
I think we're just like
Just going?
chugging right ahead to our location. So
Okay.
I imagine at some point during this 21 roll, he just pulls out the 10 loco and just like takes a big swig and sets it
Ooh.
down.
This is variant role speaking. Kids, don't drink and drive.
We do not condone this
We
as
do not
humans.
No, no, we don't. As
Maximilian.
we've said before, Maximilian's the worst.
Yeah,
Don's
Maximilian.
probably switched it out for water.
He
There
doesn't
you go.
know
You just
this.
taken one of the empty cans and just filled it up with water. Perfect. Don, the best influence on all of us. Okay. You managed to, and it takes you a bit longer than it would had you been free to move about this planet. You begin to make your way up to the base of this stony structure, and once you get close to it, the trees do kind of give you a little bit of space, and you're able to maneuver yourself and actually follow it around to the other side. As you reach the other side, there is a sheet of this steel wool-like material that is actually cascading down from the side of this stone pillar, essentially, down to the actual forest floor, and it continues into the trees themselves. Due to your roll, you do not crash into it. You do not encounter it in any way. You are able to stop just shy of it before your vessel becomes one with whatever this is. I would love for everyone to get to take a notice check for me, please.
I will reiterate again that if we are looking at an ambush, I can add more stuff to
Please
my
add
stuff.
more stuff to your stuff.
Okie dokie.
Quick question about bennies.
Mm-hmm.
Can you re-roll if you get a 1?
So long as you don't get 2 ones.
That's fine. I'm going to spend another penny.
Okay.
Oh, bugger.
What'd you do?
Yes. Did you get 2 ones that time?
I got a 3.
Okay.
Somehow I got a
Which
4 this time.
Which is better. It was I had a 1 and a 2, and I got a 3 and a 1.
Woof.
Wow.
Woof.
Whoa. Oh, Z is our eagle eye.
I got a 12.
Nice.
That's
It
very
could have
nice.
been better.
I got a
Stop
2.
complaining.
Got a check. You got
It could have been a
Okay.
contender.
Okay.
So,
I got a 4.
what's going on with NORAD?
Okay. So, Maximilian, due to your proximity to the front of the vessel, and Z, due to the fact that you can see pretty much anything at this point, the two of you see, as you've kind of just stopped it, just short. Hello. I would say probably about 100 feet or so before you actually were able to intersect with whatever this substance was. You see inside of this kind of coarse-looking silvery material, you can see shapes moving about. Maximilian, you can see a couple of them, and you can see in the trees themselves, not shrouded by this gray matter, a couple little things scurrying about as well. Z, you can see not precisely how many, but the scale of how many and roughly what they are. You see about 24 or so inside this giant mass of gray mattered substance. And then glancing about in the trees and then up a little ways, you can actually see what they look like. They have a thorax about, 12 inches wide or so, with legs about the same length. Kind of a whitish color to them, with this their main bodies covered in this, not white, black, covered in this chitinous kind of segmented bony armor. You can see that they, unlike normal spiders, they have like these jaws that kind of protrude slightly, with these mandibles attached to them. And you are aware that those jaws are actually, they can extend out even farther, should they choose to. These are those bone spiders that you were told all about.
I don't like that. So
All right,
I
Space Gimli.
sorry. Oh, yikes. Well,
What are those?
I will.
Clarifying question about your vehicle, Maximilian. Is your vehicle...
No.
Is your vehicle an enclosed vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, I was imagining it like an open-top convertible speeder, and I was like, oh, that'll be interesting. Okay,
No.
perfect.
No.
Carry on.
Thank you, Corey, for getting my reference.
I will get out. I will share that with the crew, and also share that they are dangerous and aggressive. and there's a lot of them.
Are we gonna have to fight those? And there's like this like instant worry just drops onto Max's face.
Does it look like from where we are? Do I see that it looks like our only option is to go through these things rather than like not through them?
What is your smart die? Like, what is the die number? Is it a D6 or D8?
It's a
Or a D more?
D10.
The D10. Okay.
I
Just
think.
based on your
let me just confirm.
Okay, yeah.
Smarts. It's a D10.
perfect. Just based on your base smartness, you know that there could be a couple of options.
Okay.
The less noticed route would be to just try to barrel through. It might be a bit more dangerous, but you would probably be less noticed from people who might know that you're here. You could double back and go around the other direction, although that would definitely take longer. You could try to go up and over top or around it. That would also draw more attention to you.
Okay.
You are also, based on your past searchings through different things about where this lab should be, you're fairly confident it was close to this pillared spire
Okay.
earthen structure. So you're not exactly sure where close by it is, but you're pretty sure it is close.
Would I be able to God, we don't really have any like actual like maps or anything of this place, do we? We don't have any like
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of investigating a secret, like.
Well, I
thing.
mean, you have access to like a lot of people. And I'm wondering if somewhere in the deep web, some occult someone. Where's my VHS character when I need them? They'll
There is no
know.
void here. There is only people.
Are you asking Maximilian to reach out to his millions of followers?
No. You know what? I don't want him to do that right now, actually. I think that would be really bad for us. Okay.
I was just gonna say, I could roll a performance check. Or a persuasion roll or something.
You know what? Actually, they already know we're here. But they're looking for this too. What would Z do? I will share the two options with everybody and let everybody know that we're close. It's somewhere right near here.
What were the two options again?
If
One
we
more
were to
time.
go up and over, that we could avoid the dangers below, but unfortunately it would sort of reveal our position of where we are currently. Alternatively, we could go through, which would be the faster route and more hidden, but we would have to, it would be significantly more dangerous.
I think we can handle the danger just fine.
Is the web flammable?
There's one way to find out.
Do you want me to put down? I could put us down. We could
No,
do a little
no, no.
recon.
Hang on. I'm getting out the plasma rifle.
Be careful with my plasma rifle.
Just make sure we don't die. And- Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I have a weird question, but it's space, so it might be possible. Would there be a way for me as an android to see if there's any electrical modules that are still functioning in the area? Like if there's anything left in this potential laboratory that might still have a current or something, could I potentially not necessarily tap into it, but just know like
But essentially sense
yeah.
it. Okay.
I love science fiction so much.
Where everything's really kind of made up anyway. Let's see. I'm going to say yes. I'm just going to try to figure out how we can do this for you.
Wi-Fi
Let's-
hotspot.
Let's see. I'm going to.
What about Connor? What's Connor been up to this whole time?
He's
Yeah,
just been
muscle
flexing.
play.
He doesn't have a lot that he can contribute to these situations. As I've been looking at his character sheet this whole time,
No.
it's like,
Poor
how does-
Connor. Connor's hot in the background.
Yeah,
Flex.
that's his contribution. Is he's looking really good right now.
Looking like a
Funny.
snack.
Big ol'
Maximilian's viewership just went up as soon as Connor came in.
He did notice a spike. There it is. Okay. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna say roll. I'm gonna say roll hacking. You are not hacking anything. This is all right. Here's how this goes. You have this thought of, I wonder if. And as you have that thought, you feel something inside of you. I would love for you to roll hacking for me.
Oh, that makes me nervous. Okay. This font is so tiny, I can't read that. Oh, baby. That's an 8.
An 8? Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. I need to check my actual, because you sent me something about no. Oh. Okay, so this says okay, no. Never mind. This is not a knowledge roll.
Correct.
Okay. So, yes, 8. That's what I got.
8. All right. With an 8, you feel a sensation that you haven't really felt in a long time.
Oh no.
You open yourself to try to sense things that are beyond you. And as you do so, you get these flashes and these waves of memories. And the memories themselves are just an undiscernible chorus of voices.
Oh.
And you hear your own voice joining in this chorus. And for a moment you're very comfortable in this space. And then you remember, rather you see something. And this is different than like the what you now know hexadecimal code that you've seen. You actually see a memory.
Oh shit.
You see, from your perspective, a door opening, and you walking forward, and you see rows and rows and rows of identical looking android figures. They all look like you. And at that, the chorus stops, and you kind of come back to yourself. And as you come back, you do feel a ping on the opposite side of this big mass of webs. Some sort of electrical or radio signal or something of that nature does seem to be emanating from the opposite side of these webs.
Yikes. I will I will say on the other side of these webs there is something electrical. That might be a good place to head. How we get there will be up to us. It depends on which danger we would like to face at this time.
Well, there's something to be said about facing the danger that's not going to try and steal our loot later. So,
As long as we have the loot and our bodies and are not dead.
I'm tempted to see if there's an option 3. I'm gonna see
burning everything down.
I'm gonna see if the burning works. So it's a plasma rifle Max has got, hasn't it?
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get the plasma rifle, lean out the window, and shoot.
Okay. Make me a shooting check then.
Which I'm good at, because I shoot guns. That's a 7 and a 4.
Okay. With the 7, you were able to hit. The damage itself, I'm not gonna. You don't have to roll for it because there's a lot, and you're not going to kill spiderwebs. The plasma rifle itself, or rather the ammunition, it does hit kind of in the center of this large clump of this large mass, and it kind of burrows straight through it, almost like you shot through butter, essentially. And you can see that, like glancing through the scope, you can see that it does kind of expand a little bit, but it doesn't like set on fire. So you see that it had a little bit of an extra effect to it, but nothing like, good old flint and steel and torches.
Right. Well, that's going to take a while, but we tried it. So, unless we have any thermal grenades.
I think that was all with Claw, unfortunately. It was
Yeah,
not currently here.
Yeah, because I took the EMP grenades. That's not helpful.
We really should have recollected those items that I purchased for him before he left. That would have been convenient, but...
Did you not buy any extra for yourself?
He points to the bag. Actually, the previous bag that had a bunch of stuff, but it's all just strewn out on the ship still.
Wait, hang on.
Oh.
Can we make a grenade out of the ammunition of...
And the 10 logo?
Like...
A Molotov, a makeshift Molotov.
Yes. Plasma Molotov.
I don't see why you couldn't attempt it.
While they are doing that, can I reach back into my brain pockets and see if there's information on how to eradicate these bone spiders?
Oh, yes. Yes, you can. That would be a knowledge check, and I believe that would use your thingy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have put this in a better spot. That I can tap directly into the system via a data jack in my head and run the matrix. This adds +4 to all knowledge rolls dealing with electronics. So not this.
I would say this counts.
Maria, you are a generous GM.
I enjoy the fun and story.
I think while all this is happening, Connor's starting to look a little bit impatient with he wants to do
non-action.
Yeah.
Wait, Connor, do you have any grenades we can use?
No, I've got my fists.
Yeah, and you
You-
can't punch a grenade.
I got a 14.
Oh wow. All right. Let me see. As far as crafting something such as a Molotov cocktail via plasma and also alcohol, what I'm gonna have you do, would it be this one? Unless you can make a case for a different skill. I'm going to have you, I'm actually just gonna have you make a smarts roll. I feel like that's just a general thing. Or common knowledge. You can make a common knowledge roll actually if that's higher than just your base smarts.
Can I help?
Yes. So yes, you can assist. Just declare what skill you're using to assist. If you succeed, then you'll give a positive bonus to it.
Common knowledge.
Common
Do a
knowledge,
Common
okay.
knowledge.
Yeah, if you succeed, you'll get a positive benefit. If you don't, you'll get a negative benefit.
That was 2 2s. Benny. I'll use it, Benny.
All right.
I've never used one of those before.
Fantastic.
So, hey,
Yeah, you have a
that's
total.
6.
You have a total of 3. So
It's 9.
9. Okay, excellent. So with a 9, you'll get a.
God, I used the Benny.
Yeah. I believe you get then a +2.
Right, so with that +2, I've got a 10 and a 1.
Excellent. Fantastic. Okay, so the lot of you thinkers are thinking, Z, you determine that the bone spiders, a very big thing that has been kind of documented is the effect that they have on people's psyche. So they have, they have a tendency to strike a bit of fear in people. As far as specific weaknesses or anything like that, nothing has been exceptionally documented, although there is a pretty consistent documentation of fire being used, as it seems to be the most effective, although it doesn't seem to necessarily do anything exceptionally extra to them.
I believe that our better chance of getting through this without potential death would be to risk our position being revealed.
And we look up from the grenade, the Molotov that we're making.
Yeah, you guys are fairly confident in your current ability that you could probably make something. It might not be the safest thing, but if that's not what you're going for, you could probably make something that would definitely explode in a fiery fashion.
No, I think we're definitely going for it. You know what we could do? I look over at Connor. Connor, dear, you want to chuck this?
Not where I thought you were going to go in it. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I could give that a shot. Just out over there.
At the things that we're trying to avoid currently, or get past.
Yeah, I can give it a shot. Is it ready?
It's as ready as it's gonna be, to be honest. But
Yeah, all right. And Kara's gonna grab it and toss it.
Okay, fantastic. Let's have you roll something for that. That is going to be, I believe.
We get strength.
Yes. Do you have the edge that? Did you take the edge that gives you strength instead of agility when you're using athletics?
No, but I do have athletics.
Okay. Perfect.
Roll athletics for this?
know what? Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Go for it.
Oh my god. I'm gonna use a Benny.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Oh my
Terrible.
God.
I rolled 2 2s.
Oh no.
That's how I felt with my.
Yeah.
health
Just keeping in
check.
mind, you can use
Okay.
bennies on everything except for double ones. Double ones are always terrible.
Okay. I rolled a 7 this time.
A 7. Okay. You are able to take this and just chuck it. There's definitely a little bit of spillage as it wasn't the most tightly sealed container. With a 7. I'm going to say that you throw it and it lands towards the base. So you don't necessarily get it into like the main mass or anything like that, but it does land towards the base and it just shatters. The plasma itself has a little bit of a mild concussive force to it. Adding in the alcohol reagent to it, it just splashes on this spider web-like substance. And it does ignite. And it's loud. There is quite a loud noise that comes along with it. And it's not a blazing inferno. However, it does kind of eat away at this webbing. Not all the way through it. And you can see that it does, you get at least halfway through. However, there are a lot more spiders now that you can see that have come out of the webs. And some of them that have fallen out and are now just crispy husks on the ground.
So Connor is gonna say, yeah, okay, no time like the present, and he's gonna go to where the gas pedal is and go head first down into it and take his hands and press both hands onto the gas.
Fantastic. I love it. Okay. All right.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Wait, what?
So, I would love...
We talked for a little bit. So.
Yes, you did talk.
I love Connor.
I would love for Maximilian, who is currently the pilot... Nope, hang on. Maximilian, if you were helping make this stuff, currently, right now, Connor is the pilot. So, Connor, I would love for you to make a piloting check for me. You don't even have to dive to the ground. You just sit down in the seat and just go.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
Please say that the door's closed.
There's
is
no
someone
The
door.
gonna
hatch
close
is
it?
open.
Seatbelt on.
That's another 7.
Another 7. Fantastic. So nothing crazy. You just go real fast, straight, very straight. All right.
We're all like, no, not very straight.
Well, straightish. The kind of hatch was still open as you went straight from that to the driver's seats. As you barrel through this kind of now mild tunnel of stringed, grayish webbing, okay, let me think. Need a D4. There it is. All right. Maximilian.
Yeah.
As you're all kind of reacting to what is happening, you notice as it falls from the open hatch
Oh no.
into your lap a spider about this big. And when we come back from break, we'll deal with that. So we're gonna take a quick say 10-minute break. So we'll be back about 10 minutes or so. Get some bio break in, drink some water. Everybody drink water. We'll be back to see all of this wonderful, wonderful spiders. So, be back in a second, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you have water, because I sure do. Because I'm thirsty for combat.
She's just thirsty.
I am
Yeah,
also
let's be
just
honest.
always thirsty.
It's variant
guys.
roles.
It's
We're all
always
thirsty all the time.
thirsty, Always. Okay. So, welcome to combat. Oh, this is 2 tracks playing at the same
Oh
time.
my god, we're fighting!
Yeah, guys, welcome. Welcome to
What is
combat.
this?
We're fighting today.
I thought this was an RP stream.
Okay, so of the combat related things, the only things that I'm going to do, I'm not going to use a map because our imaginations are better than any map that I could come up with. What I am going to do is how they track initiative, because I do enjoy it. They use a deck of cards to track initiative. So for the folks here who are viewing, I will be telling you what the initiative is as it comes up. So, each one of you will get your own individual card, and then any enemies that you have also get a card. For the most part, and this will be in Roll20 for the 4 of you so you can see it. For the most part, it is ace through jack, 10 through 2. So essentially that order is the order that you'll go. If there's ties, then that's when the suits come in order, come into play. If you get a joker, that is a special card. So we will address that if that should happen. So, how I will draw is how you are in the Zoom call for me. So, I will draw first for Maximilian. Maximilian got a 6 of diamonds. We have now Z got a 7 of diamonds. So in that instance, Z, you technically will go before Maximilian. For Connor got a 3 of hearts. And then for our good old Don got an 8 of clubs. So, oh, and then the spiders, I guess. Spiders got a 3 of clubs.
Are you
So,
saying spider or spiders?
spider parentheses S parentheses.
Gotcha.
So, because we have 2 3s in this combat lineup, let's see, the suit order is spades, hearts, diamonds, and then clubs. So, hearts will go before clubs, which means that the order in combat will be, for this first round, because we redraw every round, it's going to be Dawn, and then Z, and then Maximilian, Connor, spiders. Make sense? Are we all here?
So you,
We're
just
present?
I definitely heard the S that time.
I have a lisp sometimes. I'm part snake. Not spider. I'm not a spider. I'm not a spider. Don't worry
part
about it.
spidey snake.
Mhm.
I will. Ooh, I have to write that down. I will. I mean, I have a question,
Mhm.
clarifying question. So
Mhm.
each round you draw a card. So
So your order can have a chance to change.
I love that.
Yes. So since it is you who have the opportunity to go first, Z, in combat, you have.
I thought it was Dawn.
Or Dawn.
it's
I'm so
Dawn.
sorry, Dawn.
It's
Dawn,
okay.
you can go first. You got the 8.
Right up.
Don't
Right
kill
up.
his buzz. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Buzz, buzz
right
away.
there on the shirt.
You busy bee.
So I'm going to grab out my dual pistols with laser sights,
Okay.
and I'm going to aim one at that damn spider on Maximilian's crotch.
No.
Alrighty. Fantastic. So, as a heads up, you can perform a total of 3 actions. So, shooting with your main hand and your offhand, that's going to be 2 of your 3 actions. You can choose to do more, but it will be at a significant penalty.
I don't think I get that because I'm a 2-gun kid.
Oh, wow. Well then. Excellent.
I'll just double check that just to be sure. I'm a 2-gun kid. Wrong way. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So my first shot is going to be at his crotch. At the spider. Spider on his crotch.
The spider conveniently positioned close to the crotch. Excellent. So as you are shooting, you have to get at least a 4 to hit it.
Okie dokie. That's
Yes.
in that one. And I get a +1 to shooting some of my laser sights.
Hey.
Oh, that's yeah, it's a 5 and a 6 with the +1.
Okay, fantastic. So you do manage to hit it. So you're now going to roll your damage. Now your damage you want to at least get. I think you want to at least meet there. You need to get a number in order to get
well,
them hurt.
I roll 2d6 + 2, so I've got an 8.
Okay. There it is. Okay. So, with an 8, you do manage to damage it. Let's see. Reading. Okay. So with an 8, you do manage to shoot it. It does not outright die. What happens is, what you said they're just laser pistols?
They are particle accelerator pistols with
Oh.
laser sights.
Oh. Does a particle accelerator, does it do anything else? I don't
I
remember
can
if it
just
does
check
anything.
for you.
Does anything special.
Mm,
I feel like it.
no, it just propels tiny particles at higher rates of speed.
Okay. So you've effectively shaken this creature, which means you dealt enough to get above its toughness, but not enough to deal an actual killing blow. So how this translates in the narrative is you fire your first shot, or your shot towards it, and manage to only impact the spider. It is fairly large, so it is a little bit easy to hit. And the small particles kind of, as it get closer, kind of spread out and kind of pepper it with just these pock marks all across its kind of chitinous black thorax. And you have effectively shaken it. If anyone can deal any damage to it when it is shaken, it does in fact take that damage, as opposed to being shaken. Okay?
I'll use my 2-gun kit to then
Okay.
shoot it again.
Go ahead and roll shooting again.
Ooh, that's not too bad. That's +2. No, +1. That's 5 and 2.
You've hit it again. So then go and roll that damage and see if you can get above its
That's
toughness.
that's a 4 and a 1 +2, so that's 8 again.
8 again. Excellent. So 2 shots, one and then another, and this spider-like creature, which as it landed on you, Maximilian, you saw that its jaw kind of opened up, and you can just see this like circular mouth just full of these razor-sharp teeth. Kind of like a garbage disposal, but inside of an insect. And one shot causes it to kind of like spasm, and then another shot just shoots it straight off of you, and it just kind of falls onto the floor of the ship, kind of twitching and doing that spider thing, except its legs are, 12 inches long, so it's just a really big ball on the floor of your ship as you can continue to propel forward. Z, is there anything that you would like to do?
I would like to hit it with my laser pistol.
Okay. You certainly can.
Now, do I missed the part. I'm sorry. I roll to see if I hit it, or do I just roll damage?
You would roll to see if you hit it, and then you would roll damage. You're fairly confident this particular spider is dead.
Oh. And there's no more. I mean, like, that's
There
it?
are currently no more.
I don't like the way you said that. What is the position of the ship right now?
The ship is moving forward into, I would say when the spider fell into it, it had just passed into kind of like this, eaten out portion of the webbing. There is webbing that is in front of the ship that you will inevitably go through, hopefully. The hatch above you is still open, which is how the spider got in here.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Shut the hatch.
Okay. As you reach up to shut the hatch, you can see just outside of it, and you can see that there are, in fact, more spiders that have arrived on top of the ship, but you managed to just, like, shunk it closed. And it's at this point that you can kind of hear dun, 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 on the top of the ship.
It's raining spiders. It's a much scarier version than It's Raining Men.
Well, I will look at the group and say, I do believe that we are currently surrounded by many of these spiders. They have an effect on our psyche, so we should be extremely cautious as we maneuver our way through this.
Oh, actually, Maximilian, on that note.
There it is.
Hey.
Yeah.
Thanks. I need...
Nope.
for you, because you did mention this earlier, and I love that you did. Oh no, where is it? There you are. Okay. I need you to make a spirit check for me.
All right. What does this have to do with?
This is to do specifically with fear.
Okay.
Yeah,
Luckily, I have a nice D10 in spirit.
Hey.
That's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, so that was kind of like a retroactive roll, because I did
Fair
forget.
enough.
With it being up in your business with the face and all that stuff. So it sucks because it's a giant spider, but besides that, it's not debilitating in any sense of the word. Carry on. Is there anything else you wish to do, Z?
Yikes. No. I guess like I'm gonna like just keep a pistol like near me, my laser pistol like ready in case something stupid and awful happens, which I'm anticipating. So oh man, y'all, I just don't think this was a good idea.
It's happening.
Uh-huh.
We're here now.
Uh-huh.
It makes me
It's
so
here.
nervous.
It is here. Okay. Maximilian.
Yes. First thing Maximilian is going to do is, because of the viscera spray that probably happened due to the 2 pistol shots, he's going to throw up.
You can do that as a free action.
Yeah.
Wait, the what spray?
Viscera.
Bug.
From the spider that was in my lap.
Oh,
I got shot multiple times.
That's not what I heard. I heard visceral, and I was like, body spray? What?
Viscera.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Me either, or Max for that matter. But yeah, so I'm gonna role play that yellow hindrance as
Perfect.
this
Oh
is
yeah, so with it,
disgusting.
with the yellow, you do subtract 2 from fear checks specifically.
Oh,
I think an older
that would
one.
have been a 4 then.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we'll just roll it into what's happening now. So you do throw
Okay.
up.
Yep.
And then something else happens.
Can I retroactively spend divinity?
Yes.
Okay. Nope, same exact damn roll on both dice.
Fantastic.
Got 1 Bene left.
Just had.
We.
There you
Wee.
go. Whee. Okay, so you rolled a 4. Fantastic. Oh, you also get a -2 from the creature, so that is a 2.
Oh no.
Apologies. Okay. Well, I need you to roll a d20 for me.
Oh, this sounds great.
This will tell me because there is a table, a fear table, for the
That's a
general
9.
action that your fear takes a hold. Okay. This kind of leans in pretty well. So, due to your your vomiting state and your current kind of taking in everything that just happened, you currently have the vulnerable trait until the end of your next turn.
Okay. What does that mean?
That means. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, where are you at? I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I think that people have a bonus to hit you. I think it's the general idea.
Makes sense. Basically, I'm scrambling and not really.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, there it is. Vulnerable.
So
yeah, actions and attacks against you are made at a +2 until the end of your next turn.
So Maximilian, using his turn, is going to scramble and grab his plasma rifle and his force field, and just like sit in a corner. Is like gonna just like cuddle up and just like be aiming at the hatch.
A fantastic thing to do when there's spiders abounding.
That's
Connor.
the entirety of my turn.
I love it. I love it. You know what? Go ahead and take a Benny for that because you are playing
Okay.
into your yellow state. Connor.
What's the landscape ahead of us look like?
Spider webs.
Through the... Okay.
The plasma cocktail kind of burrowed through about halfway of the spidery monolith. So you can see through it now to see that there is another end. So should you choose to, you can
We speed up.
Okay.
Corey, no.
Perfect. Fantastic. Wonderful.
Connor, no.
It's both of us.
Okay.
That's why I said both your names.
Okay. I'm gonna have you make one more piloting check.
Okay. Are there any like guns on this thing that we can like pew 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 pew?
I don't believe so. I think
Okay.
this is more of a showboat than
No.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is definitely a pleasure vessel.
Ah. Noted. Let's use a penny. It was a 3.
You can do
Nice.
better.
5.
Okay. Yeah, with a 5, yeah, you're not necessarily for speeding up. You know how to speed up a speeder. However, what this enables you to do is to, as best as you can, hit this spidery web at such an angle that you're not necessarily just like, T-boning it. Which is a good thing that you did, because the webbing itself is not like normal webs. It does have, with it being woven in this such way, it does have a bit of a impact to it. It's a bit more solid than you were possibly anticipating. However, due to the brilliance of your own piloting, you're able to kind of hit it at an angle to kind of mitigate any sort of long-term damage to the vessel.
You're gonna pay for that.
Yeah, it definitely is gonna need a new paint job after this. But you're fairly confident that you will soon exit from the other side. Is there anything else in a general sense that you would like to do, Hana?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. You hear on the top of your vessel a couple more tunk, 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 tunk. And you begin to see on the viewport just about 5 to 6 start to kind of just crawl towards the front. And you can all kind of see these just like open mod, gross garbage disposals of arachnids.
I'm looking at the hatch and only the hatch.
Okay, fantastic. That is a good place to look. The rest of you, I would like for you all to make me a spirit check, please.
But like, what if I don't want to? Scared.
That's the whole point.
Okay.
Wait, do I need to make one still?
No, you don't, because you
Okay, good.
are fixed to the ceiling.
11.
I'm gonna spend my penny.
My last penny.
Oh.
Oh, that's better.
And do we I'm so sorry. I know I ask this every
It
time.
is totally fine.
I roll also with the D6.
Correct.
Jesus Christ, Emma. Dropping all of my dice.
That's a 15 for me.
Very good.
I got a 7.
7, okay. What'd you get, Connor?
Oh, sorry, I got an 11.
11, okay. You all, 15, 11, 7, okay. So the creatures naturally give you a -2, however, you all still do pass. So they are horrifying to behold. You begin to hear, and Maximilian, possibly because you were just so focused, you also begin to hear the sounds of like some sort of metallic scraping on the top of your vessel.
Barrel roll.
But that is the end of the spider's turn. So you believe, in a meta-narrative standpoint, Connor, after this next round of combat, you will be out of the webs. So, once again, we will draw, starting with Maximilian. Maximilian got an 8 of hearts. Next up, Z got a 5 of spades. Connor got an 8 of spades. Dawn got a 10 of hearts. And the spiders got a queen of diamonds. All right. So essentially in reverse order, we've got spiders, Dawn, Connor, Maximilian, and Z. The sound on top of your vessel gets louder. And because you are staring straight up at the ceiling, Maximilian, you can see that there are about 3 or 4 holes about this big that are starting to appear on the top of your vessel.
Not my ship.
Those who are in, who can see the spiders in the viewports, you can see that they have affixed themselves to the ship via their orifices. And that is the end of the spiders' turns. Dawn.
Oh, that's it, Morphos. Tussle in the haystack. Right, let's. I'm gonna basically position myself in front of Maximilian. Like, if he's bundled up in the corner, I'm basically gonna sit on him, so he's covered. No. I see that face. No. And then I'm gonna get my pistols out, and I'm gonna shoot through the holes that are forming.
Okay.
Sort of effectively just sticking the gun up their face and just blasting it off.
Gotcha. Shooting through the top of the car roof.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. Go ahead and make me a shooting roll. With you being able to see where they are, I won't give you any sort of penalty to them because you can kind of aim for that specific hole.
That's a 1 and a 2.
Oh.
And I have no bennies.
Oh. Well.
Can we gift Benny?
Don't know. I don't know why not.
I need to double check one of my things. I think one of my things doesn't work unless the other thing works first.
Specifically you can't, although narratively I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. Sure, yeah, if you can sacrifice a Benny to give somebody Benny, why not? Basically like inspiration.
I'm throwing a Benny.
Okay.
Don, save my ass, please.
That's better. That's a 7 and a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 1 is an 8 and a 4.
Excellent.
85.
Yep. First shot, yep. Manages to shoot through. Go ahead and make your damage.
Oh, yes. That's an 8 plus 2. That's a 10.
Oh.
Take that, you rotten spider son of a bitch.
Yeah, with a 10, I mean you can't see it, but that particular circle now has a very, very prominent dot in the center, and the circle stops growing.
Right, I'm going to use my second shot as my two-gun kid.
Okay.
And shoot the next hole that's forming and say, "Get away from him, you bitch."
And by him, we mean the
The spider.
vehicle.
Yes, the vehicle, not Max. Double 5s. So plus 1 is double 6s.
All right. You do it again.
That's 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 2 is 9.
9. Okay. You manage to almost like target practice again shoot up through this circle on the ceiling. There is a brief pause, and you kind of hear a little bit of the sound of like what is it? Like their little spider feet just kind of click-clacking on top of it. So you think it's
a
still
million
there.
tiny tap dancers.
A million tiny tap dancers. It's tapping their way along. Anything else for you, Dawn?
I want to try and give a quick pep talk to Maximilian. And kind of, in one sense, give him a pep talk, but kind of goad him into actually doing something.
Okay.
So this is going to turn around and go, just like pick him up by the scruff of his neck and go, "Look here, lad. Do something or you're going to lose your viewers."
Okay.
I'm charismatic as well.
Yes. Yeah, let's have you roll for that. Let's have you roll something for that because I love dice.
Taunt?
Actually, did you just got that, didn't you?
I did.
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
believe taunt is a good one. Yeah, essentially attacking a person's pride through.
That's a D8.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I get an addition. No, I don't. Right, yeah. No, 2 and a 1.
Not as inspiring as you thought it might be.
It's like basically the sound of your dad trying to be hit with what's happening.
Well, there's Dawn grabbing him by the scruff of the neck, and then right behind him is just this like cacophony of these circles with these just mouths poking through that are much more drawing of my attention currently.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna use my body to cover him.
Okay.
And just look at his square in his face.
Excellent. That is you. Connor.
So we can start to see a little bit of the ending of this thing.
Mhm.
Okay, and so Maximilian yelled at us to do a barrel roll.
That was out of character.
Okay.
Just so you
Canon
know.
now.
Okay, and all right. And if Connor takes like a look back, does he see anything coming close towards him in particular?
In the cabin itself, no, not unless Z is approaching you in any way.
Okay, Connor's going to... He's just gonna step on it some more. He wants to get through this thing and get out of here.
Okay. I'll have you make one more piloting check. I will give you a -1, simply due to the speed that you are currently going, which is fairly fast.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. Gotta beat the spiders.
And this is piloting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't have that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't think you did.
Hey, that's a 3.
Hey, excellent. That's not great. All right. Okay. Here's how this works. You are successful in getting out of the spider webs. However, you get a little bit too close to the rock face, and there's a very slight overhang of like this boulder that's kind of sticking out. It wrenches the hatch off of the top of your speeder. There's now an opening, a hatch and part of the roof. So like it like skims the top, not all the way, but there's a decent hole. Also a plus side, it does skim off a decent amount of those spiders that were on the top. However,
But
not all of
the
them.
ones that are left
Mhm.
have a clear
Have a
access
clear
point.
way in, but you did make it all the way through the webbing.
Nice.
Once you are through the webbing, you can actually see, not too terribly far away, nestled in the trees, although there is an open space in front of it, you do see a dirty white structure. Oh, thank you for the raid on May Gaming. That has kind of a sleek, partially domed build to it. However, it looks like it has seen a lot of nature, so there is just vines and dirt, and also a couple of bodies outside of it. Humanoid bodies laying outside of it. That is
that
what
in a
you
second.
See. We'll get to that when we get to that. Maximilian.
Just
Yes.
well, when you say bodies, do you mean corpses?
It appears that way.
Oh.
Anyway, my turn.
Your turn. You are currently in the clutches of Dawn.
Do I see any spiders?
For free action, I'll have you make a perception check for me, or a notice. Sorry,
Definitely
D&D.
great at this. Yeah, you're good. Oh, that's a 6. And a 4. 10.
10. Okay. You begin to see spiders come into view from the top of the ship.
All right, I have my plasma rifle, and I'm just gonna shoot 3 times.
Okay.
'Cause
Go
I have
for
3
it.
actions, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I have that pulled up. Let me make sure I've got my thing. All right, so I have a shooting. I actually do have the shooting skill.
Fantastic.
So, I'm gonna use a benet on that.
A
What do you wanna-
beignet. A beignet.
It's not. It's not 2 1s, but it's not good either.
Okay.
All right, there's a 6 and a 4. That's a 10.
10.
Yep.
Perfect. Yes, you do manage to hit one spider.
All
A
right, so that's
one.
3d10 damage.
Shh. Wow.
That's 6, 10. That's 17.
Okay. You shoot that spider, and there is no spider. As the plasma hits it with such force, as it just disintegrates.
This is what you're talking about, Don? Just like firing repeatedly.
Aye, lad, good. That's good. That's bloody hell.
Let's do
Whoa,
the next
where'd
one.
you come from?
Okay, that's a
Good lad,
5.
good lad. Do that again.
Yes, a 5 is still going to hit. Less
Okay.
showy, but it does the job.
That's 18.
Once again, completely and utterly obliterates another one.
I'm proud of you, boy. Proud of you.
And that's a 6. Another 6. And a 2. That's 14.
It does hit very, 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 very well.
That's only 11 damage.
Oh, don't worry. You also, because you did raise, you also get an extra damage die.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it matters, you can roll it.
Oh, that's 15 damage. Sorry.
15. Well, look at that. Look at that. Yes. So, yes, 3 loud shots and 3 exceptionally decimated spiders. Yeah. Well done. Well done. Has Maximilian done a whole lot of shooting in the past?
No, not anything in like a combat situation. It's all been like shooting range, like secret background stuff, some showing off. But that's about it. So
Okay. How's Maximilian feeling right now?
he is after the 3rd shot, and he just watched these things just like explode, and this plasma goo is just again going to throw up, and this is just like a continuation of just there's not much there.
Don, you got a little bit of herp on your shoes. And
I'm still proud.
perhaps-
I'm still proud of you, boy. Still proud of you. There you go. There we go. Don't worry. You did good, lad. You did good.
All right, and then Z to finish out this big old round.
Are there any Spideys left?
Make a notice check for me. It's free, don't worry.
That's a 9.
A 9, okay. As best as you can tell, there's none within sight of the inside of this chamber, or the inside of this where you guys are. Kind of glancing at like any of the viewports. If there are spiders, they're either on the sides where you can't really see too well, or underneath. But at the moment, there are none within sight.
Great. Okay. And can you well, all right, cool. Have we come to a full complete stop?
No, you haven't come to a full and complete stop. You can see also, the scene in front of you, the same one that Connor saw. You all are roughly like 900 feet or so from it, so you will definitely approach this structured building fairly soon.
Okay.
You can definitely tell. You all can definitely tell though that the boat you are currently in is kind of struggling a little bit.
It's not great. Okay. It's not fine, Taryn. No, it's not. I will, if I don't see anything that we can that I can get into combat with, then I would like to see if I can tell anything at all about the corpses up ahead. Are there any identifiable things that they're wearing or
Okay.
whatever?
Okay. I'm gonna have you make a new notice check. Then
Okay.
you're specifically looking at that.
It's only a 7.
Only a 7. That is still a success. With a 7, you can't see like super detailed. It's still fairly far away. And there's things like cracked viewports you have to look through because they were trying to like eat into your ship.
Cool.
But you can tell there are a couple of corpses that are here. There are also a handful of arachnid corpses that are here.
Oh, yikes.
You can see one of these corpses. There's approximately 3 humanoid corpses and about a dozen or so arachnid corpses kind of littered around the front of this structure.
Okay.
One of the humanoid corpses has been partially covered in this spider web substance.
Oh.
And you can see the front of this building also appears to have had some sort of weapons fire shot at it or in its general direction. You can see that there's some skids from where just an errant laser shot just kind of bounced off of the surface of it. You can see that there's a handful of just like blackened burn holes from where plasma rifles just shot straight through it.
Okay.
That is what you can see. As far as identifying features, the corpses appear to be wearing some sort of like something akin to like Kevlar suits, like armor. They appear to be military of some kind.
All right. Yikes.
Based on context clues, you would assume that they were from the Coalition.
Yep. That's what I was afraid of.
They all also appear to, at least, be unconscious, if not deceased. Oops. Okay. For the sake of this, since the danger has seemed to pass, we will be out of combat initiative. So you are all free to move about the cabin. Do what you wish in the order that you wish to do so.
Max is gonna slowly crawl towards his like stuff that has clearly probably been just like thrown everywhere.
Yeah,
find the body armor and just like slowly put it on.
Yeah, it was definitely a bumpy ride with the hitting of the rocks and the crashing into the spider webby stuff. It's a bit hectic back here.
I'm just gonna grab a bottle of water and pass it to Max. You done good, lad. There you go. Just drink
like,
that.
Shakily, just like
your daddy will be proud of you. Just do that again.
You see him kind of like shakily drink the water down, and then just his demeanor changes back to on-screen Max, and he grabs one of the bodies of the spider, clicks on the camera. He's like, "What's up, y'all? That was totally crazy," and is like gonna like show off the damage to the ship and just sort of like walk through the battle that just happened and like show off the corpses and like, yeah. Try to keep it above so they don't see the vomit on the ground, but that's it. So.
All right, okay, that's to be expected.
Connor wants to hop out of the ship and go take a look around.
I was gonna say, can someone else drive?
I don't think this is driving anymore.
Okay. Are you setting the ship down before you jump out of the ship? Just asking in case it matters.
How high up are we?
Not very. I would say you're probably like 15 feet at the most.
Oh, he's just gonna jump out.
Okay.
Superhero landing.
Excellent. Make an athletics roll for me.
I can do that thing with these dice. All right, here we go. Good. That's a 13.
13. Excellent. You don't do a superhero landing because you know that's bad for your knees. But you do parkour and tuck and roll and end up rolling and then getting on your feet and just walking forward towards the scene. It's hot.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Sorry, gotta refocus there for a second. Z, would you mind setting us down?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'll hop into the pilot seat and take us in for a landing.
As Max's hands are still like shaking, just.
Yeah, it's simple to land.
Okay.
Although you definitely notice that it is struggling to do simple tasks. So it probably won't go very far without some decent repairs after this.
Oh, I can do that
You certainly can.
if we want me to work on some repairs.
We should probably wait till we actually finish what we came here to do, right?
Yes, I think it would be incredibly smart for us not to have an escape vehicle while the Coalition is also here investigating the same space.
What she said.
When you put it that way, come on, see, and they're kind of rude. Just looking at Dawn, like.
What the fuck?
Why did
That
my
was
dad
incredibly sassy.
Why did my dad hire
And then I'm gonna
these
start putting all
assholes?
of my gear back in the backpack, and then handing it to Dawn.
Okay.
Oi, I'm not your maid. Carry it yourself, boy.
Oh boy. Maximilian's like, guys!
This isn't going how I planned it.
Are there any like vehicles near where we landed?
Make a notice
Like-
check for me.
Okay.
Connor, you can also make a notice check. For the because you said that you were going to go investigate and everything as well.
Yep.
That's an 11.
4.
11 and a 4. All right. You two, what so Dawn, you're looking specifically for vehicles. Connor,
Yeah.
what sort of things are you trying to keep an eye out for?
He wants to go check out the bodies in particular for identifying things, anything strange. Yeah, mostly the bodies.
Okay. Dawn, looking around and taking some time to look around as he's kind of checking over the vehicle. You do not see any other vehicles. You do see where there could have been vehicles, as the kind of general vegetation seems to have been depressed in a rather large area. But they are not here. At least not right here. glancing over the bodies, you can tell that they are armored in something similar style armor, Connor, to what you're wearing. A little bit higher grade, a little bit more militant. But you do see, when you roll one of them over, the symbol of the coalition on them. So kind of confirms that for you.
Yep. Are there any marks of like how they died or anything?
With a 4, I would say turning this particular body over, yes, you can tell there is a hole in their abdomen about this big.
Ew. Okay.
Let's see. The quicker fixer picker upper. Good old Z. Let's see. Why don't you make for me to see the extent of the damage? I would say you could. Are you just trying to do like a visual kind of check to see, or did you want to more just check like ship diagnostics if you can, or how do you want to go about checking to see the status of the ship?
I think that I think that probably what they would do is like connect to the ship and try to run diagnostics first to see what the damage is.
Okay. I believe that's just hacking. No, programs and hackers.
I have an electronics. Like
that
is
one.
Would
That's
it just be electronics.
Yes, that's
Okay.
the one. I knew it was like yeah. Yes, that's exactly the right one.
Okay. Ooh. So that is. Am I using my cyberjack to do this?
Yes, because this is specifically like electronic based. So yes.
Okay. That's a 14.
Okay. With a 14, you are pretty. As soon as you plug in, you get just like a bunch of red lights. Most of them have to do with the fact that you no longer have about a third of your ceiling roof. And that a lot of the messages are saying that this is going to significantly decrease the stability of any sort of artificial air or anything like that. You do have a couple of alerts that the towards the front of the ship where it had impacted the spidery webs of grossness that pertain to mostly navigation, and then you can tell that something happened to one of the power cells near one of the engines that's causing it to give to some sort of a malfunction code.
Yikes.
While you're there, I have some new words for you.
Oh no. New words?
Well, I have some new numbers for you.
Oh. Okay.
Which means new words.
Which means new words.
Yikes.
So there's some new things for you. So while you are plugged in, you kind of for a second also open up to kind of like what you did before when you were trying to look for where this particular lab could be.
Okay.
Not being used to consciously doing that, you kind of subconsciously do that when you're trying to communicate with this vessel. As soon as you do, this message just flashes in front of you in like different colors and different like type fonts. Doop, 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 doop. a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
Yep. You figure repairing everything on this ship, it's probably going to take you a couple of hours.
Sick.
This is so cool, Maria.
Thanks.
Sorry, I just translated hexadecimals. And that's
So since base
not
type,
that I know as a character.
If you in chat would like to translate your own hexadecimal code, it is in the chat for you. There are free ones online. Continue.
okay, I have 2 questions.
Okay.
Part 1
Part 1.
is that I would probably see all the damage and calculate how long it would take me to fix it, and put a pin in that for a second. Could I take a moment to try to decode this based on the other code that I had already figured out?
Yeah, especially since you've already translated the previous day, essentially. Yeah, you would be able to, using that translator, you'd be able to, yes, quickly translate that.
What does it say?
Here's what it says to you. The Crodara are ready, waiting, anxious, ravenous. Enter the best, give us freedom. The 7th shall rule. Helbine is the key. Which I'll post that also as well.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Just a hot second here. What do all these strings mean? Who's do I and I don't know where they're coming from, right?
This one in particular, came to you as soon as you you kind of unintentionally just reopened yourself to like the tech and everything to try to communicate to the ship a bit better. As soon as you did that, it showed up.
But I don't know like the origins of any of these.
Correct. These, I will tell you, this one feels, or rather it looks different. It did not replace text that was already there. It instead just flooded your vision. Kind of like Matrix code.
Got it. Okay.
So this one did feel different.
It's very weird. Helbine is the key and Zagyth is the key. What does that mean? I don't like that. It makes me nervous. Okay, great, cool. Gonna just go ahead and keep that close to my body. I will, shit. May I try to, here's my other question, taking a pin out of the repair question. Can I make a repair roll, and see how I do, because I have the Mr. Fix-It edge, so that if I re-roll, if I have an opportunity at a max roll, it reduces the amount of time that it will take for me to repair something.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, essentially I'll play this before you even roll. I'll play this as if you do roll well, then yes, you know that you can get it done faster. If you don't roll well, you know that you essentially start it and then realize, oh shit, this is going to take a lot longer. So you can choose to continue or you can stop at that point.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll see how this goes, though.
I'm sure everything is going to go great.
I've been rolling really well. It's got to stop at some point. And here's where this ends. I got a 2 and a 1.
Have you spent any bene?
You spent any bennies?
I spent 1.
You have 2 more.
I know. I'm just a little nervous about.
I'll spend my bene.
Ben the Benny.
How many do you have?
That's my last one. I'm spending it.
No.
Spend
Yeah.
it.
It's fine. It's a resource. We're supposed to spend these things. Also, I turned my wrist the other way, but it doesn't go that far. So just stays here.
And spend it.
Spend it. I got it too.
You got it too. You
So-
can keep re-rolling
Spend it.
if you spend more bennies. So long as you don't roll 2 1s, you can continue to use bennies.
Do it.
Spend the Bene.
Spend the penny.
Y'all.
Bene ASMR.
You want to do the penny?
Okay. I will spend one more.
And
Good.
You can do it. Can we give inspiration? I don't think that works.
All right, let's see.
so remember, you are also rolling a d6 with this repair roll for your
Yeah.
extra die. Yeah,
Do I roll it every time? Like, so I
you
re-roll the
re-roll.
whole-
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, I did not re-roll the whole shebang last time.
Okay, so you got a 2
So-
on your regular repair die. So roll that 6 and keep your Benny for now.
Fuck me, y'all. This isn't
No?
great. Yeah, no, it's not good. So, okay, I'm gonna spend a Benny.
Okay.
Benny.
Benny, you can say it whichever way. You can cut to say it beignet. But yeah, you re-roll both of those dice when you spend your Benny.
I got an 8!
Yay!
On an 8.
Roll
I
it
got an 8 on
again.
an 8.
Roll it again. Do it again.
Ooh, Josie, just relax. Sorry, everyone. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. What, Mom? Okay, that's a 5.
So that's good. That's a
That's
13.
a 13. Okay.
So that's 15 total.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
And then it reduces the amount of time in half.
Okay, yeah. So you could get everything repaired in just under an hour if you wanted. It could, kind of taking everything that you've seen, you could probably do it under an hour, especially if you had one of your companions help.
I will pop my head out and say, if anyone has any knowledge of repair or electronics, I would appreciate your help. And in about 60 minutes, I will have the ship repaired.
we're all just like,
You'll just like see them like slowly like get back down behind and start like working on things.
I don't know how much good it will out, but I can be an extra pair of hands.
Hands are good.
Hands are good. Right, that's all I need. I'm coming over.
Excellent.
I have hands.
Fantastic. Yeah. Between the two of you, let's see. Did we have you roll a repair check?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The repair check was what was it, 14?
Yeah. Gotcha.
15.
Gotcha.
15.
Perfect. I couldn't remember. Yes. Perfect. Yeah. Between the two of you, you begin to fix the various issues. The biggest issue is going to be fixing the roof.
Yeah.
But you figure you could probably take some panels from some
Tarpaulin.
places, and you can kind of makeshift something. Whilst that is happening, the two of you who are not repairing a ship for just about an hour, what would you like to do?
Just trying not to freak out. Just keeping watch, just like that plasma rifle's very, very twitchy trigger finger at the moment. Just
You're like Josie.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Go ahead and make a notice check for me then while you're doing that.
I'm so good at
Connor, what are you doing?
Once Connor realizes that we're gonna be here for a really long time, he's gonna go off ahead and just take a little peek around and see what's up.
Mm-hmm. Is that a big old 10?
this. That's a big old 10.
Okay, excellent. So you begin to kind of keep a very sharp eye out for anything that seems weird. As Connor begins to move towards this, just walks towards the structure. There is a door that you can see, kind of mirroring the slightly domed outside of this structure. It's got kind of just a curved shape to it. And at one point probably was all the way closed with 2 sliding doors. However, one of them's only partially closed and the other one's actually like this, tilted slightly. And you can just go in if you wish to.
Connor will wait.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Connor, no.
Maximilian, you see on the top of it's essentially like these 2 rounded kind of almost like pod-like structures on the side, and then a larger one in the center. On top of one of those smaller ones, you see what appears to be a camera. And the only reason that you can tell and it makes any difference to you is that you can see there is a small light blinking on it.
So, I actually totally forgot I had this thing because the scope helps with this, but yeah, I actually get a +2 for noticing things through the scope too.
Oh, fantastic.
Didn't specify I was doing that, but
That's okay. You
so I'm
still
just
hold
gonna
its
line
hand,
up
so-
we're gonna line up the rifle and just kind of get ready to aim at it.
Okay.
How far away is it?
The camera itself is probably like, at this point, probably like 300 feet total to the actual structure.
What are the measurements on the weapons on here? Are they feet or
They're very,
the ranges?
they're technically like inches because it's supposed to be for like a grid. So I'm using it basically, it's basically generalized to short, medium, long. Short range is typically...
Would you consider this medium or long?
No. For the plasma rifle, no.
No, so this is short?
I would say it's short range.
Oh. All right. Yeah, I'm going to make a shooting check and try to blow up this camera.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 5 plus the 2 from the scope is a 7, so.
Okay, that does hit.
Okay, rolling my damage. My 3d10. 6, 9, and 7.
Yeah, so
Over 20.
Connor, when you're approaching this building and you see like the doors and their positioning and you can kind of stop, you just hear this boom, as something just explodes on the top of the structure to your left.
I am apparently a crack shot.
Apparently, you just needed a little motivation.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no more camera.
I'll just like look back and give a thumbs up in the general direction.
Maximilian does the whole thing where he like twirls the rifle around and like blows off the tip of the rifle like towards the stream.
Make a performance check. I believe you have
Oh
that.
wait, yeah, I do definitely have that. I actually get a +2 to this.
Yeah, because you got that thing.
The very attractive.
That very attractive thing.
Yeah, so that's that. That's 14.
All right. Yeah, you're able to spin it around you and then just like just blow the end of it and then just give the camera a wink. And you're fairly confident that by the time you get home, you will have exceptionally more followers than you did before. So the rest of the hour kind of passes on, and eventually you get the ship into a workable state. You know it's probably a most direct route will be the best if you have to get out of here in a hurry. And going very fast probably won't be the best for you, as you determined that one of your power cells actually was had begun to be nommed upon by good old spiders. But it is serviceable. It is able to be used.
Super duper.
During the time that I'm helping out Z, can I see how she is? Like, if she's hiding anything?
Okay, okay.
They certainly would never do
I
that.
would certainly never do such a thing.
I don't trust androids anymore after the ones from the little whistle.
Go ahead and
Whistle, whistle,
the
whistle.
The whistle.
Whistle.
Yes, that will be a notice check like everything else.
Ooh. That's a 10.
A 10. Okay. As Z is fixing the ship, what is Z's mind preoccupied with? Are they focused on fixing the ship? Are they also okay? No, okay. You do sense that there is something very apparent on their mind, very heavy on their current processes.
Right. Just before we get to the end of repairing the ship, I'm just gonna just turn around to her and put my hand on her shoulder and go, do you need to talk about something?
No. Do you?
No. If you need someone to talk to, you know where I am. All right?
I appreciate that. I do not want to put anyone in danger.
Is what you're preoccupied about going to get us in danger?
I don't know.
That's honest of you, at least. That's fair.
I would rather not risk it.
And I'd rather not having to kill you eventually, but that's fine.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate. That's the word.
As soon as the information becomes relevant to what we are doing, I will be sure to share it.
Jolly good.
Thank you for your
Oh.
kindness.
Anytime.
Perfect. And with
Everything is fine.
everything is great. With that, the repairs are finished and completed. The four of you regroup on the outside of your ship. What would you like to do?
Connor boy, what'd you find?
There's a door and we can just walk in. It's a bit open, so you just right on in.
So it's open and we can go in. Got
Yeah.
it. I took out a camera on top of the building. So
Did you see my thumbs up?
I did, in fact. Thank you, Connor.
Yeah, thank you.
Ship repairs went well.
Yes.
Appreciate the verbal response. I think we can just head on in. So, I mean, the camera, they know we're here, but they knew we were here the second we showed up. So, at least now they don't know when we're here. If that makes sense.
I would caution us as we approach this building. Did we identify the bodies? Do we now know that they are from the coalition? Do they
Connor
have
will
any?
share.
Okay.
But he, yeah. But he,
Okay.
They're
Perfect.
from the coalition.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. You all walk in to the building. Inside, you are. You walk into this large open space. To start with, you can see that there are 2 floors. There's a balcony above you, and this is quite a large open space. You can see that this large room seems to extend the length, or rather the width of this whole structure, and that the two kind of pods that were seemingly attached to the front seem to be just like small like alcoves in this larger structure. There, like I said, is just a balcony-like walkway that seems to span the entirety of this room as well, showing that there is, in fact, some semblance of rooms or something up on a secondary floor. In the center of this room, you can see these, what at one point might have been white tables, and on these tables you can see these small, rather varied sized cylindrical pods almost. You see that on one of these tables that are in front of you. On some of them is completely empty. You can see, much like the exterior of this place, the interior seems to have started to be overtaken either by nature or just by unuse. You can see most everything partially, possibly due to the open door, has kind of this slight grimy coating on it. So what once may have been a brilliant white is now kind of this mildewy looking color. You can see a handful of larger apparatus that are just attached to the floor. One of them looks like it may have held some kind of a liquid at some point, stands about 7 feet tall, is completely and utterly shattered. Whatever contents spilled long ago. You can also see that there are two, or rather what may have been two large doors directly opposite of where you came in, that have a very heavy metal door in front of them. So what may have been an open doorway to walk through at one point has now been completely closed off somehow. You do not see any other, at first glance, you do not see any other corpses, spider or otherwise. And there's not a whole lot in the way of, like, it looks like anything that wasn't cumbersome or seemingly unnecessary. Everything else seems to have been taken from this main chamber at one point or another.
You said there were cylindrical pods, yeah?
About this big.
All right. Okay.
So would we be able to deduce that the walkway that was once open, that now has a metal door in front of it, that this is the result of perhaps, like, the words are escaping me right now because my brain is done, but
Lockdown.
yeah, a lockdown. Thank you. Does this look like there was a lockdown situation here?
It
like
does.
An emergency lockdown situation?
It does seem that way.
Fuck. Cool. That's fine.
Everybody make a notice check for me. Panic. The panic.
Panic. Okay.
7.
7.
4.
48.
7.
7. Did you roll your d6?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you all do notice another camera near that door. or rather that like locked down door. And you can see that there is a light on it, a small, dim orange light. Yes.
Does the metal lockdown door, does it appear to have the same level of grime as the rest of this facility?
It does not.
Yikes! It's not great.
As you all notice this, you hear this static sound emanating from a couple of different places. And after a brief moment of static, you hear, coming from where those bits of static are, you hear, "What are you doing here?" And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Hey!
Yay! Space!
Woo!
Space.
Mystery
space.
in space.
So good.
Space. All right, y'all.
Yeah. Well, good job, guys. You made it. You made it to some stuff, and I'm real excited. So very excited. So before we do plugs and everything, thank you everybody for sticking around. If you like what we do here, if you haven't already, please follow us. If you love us a lot, please subscribe. That would be awesome. We also do have a YouTube that you can go and see past streams. Very cool to support us there, as well as a Patreon to help us, do things like this all the time, because it's really, really cool. So there's just different ways you can support us. Also, watch all the other streams we do here. We have streams going on literally all the time. Keep an eye on Variant Roles to get all that info. And also, you can see these lovely people elsewhere. So let's go in reverse order. Emma, if you would like to reintroduce yourself and tell people where they can find you and some stuff that maybe you're going to be doing soon.
Boy, howdy. Sure. Hi, everybody. I am Emma. You can find me at MK Hansen over on Twitter. I live here on Variant Roles, and on Tuesdays you can find me over on Dice Priority. Let's see, we've got Project VHS coming up that Maria and is Taryn's also in that, right? You're in VHS, right? I'm going by the Pinterest board, and you haven't done anything with it yet, Taryn.
No, I have my Pinterest board. It's just I'm an old man and I didn't know how to do it with everyone else.
You're adorable. So VHS is coming up. We had our session 0 for the Grim Femmes tonight, and it was awesome. And I am so pumped for that. And there's a bunch of other little things that I'm working on as well that will slowly be trickling out. So keep an eye on my Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm super excited for Grim Femmes. Like, it's just, it's gonna be so much, and it's gonna be so great.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Thank you.
Tim, let people know where they can find you and what you're doing and stuff.
Hello, hi, I'm Tim at Anonmoth on all the social interwebs. You can find me here on Mondays. You can also find me on Fridays, 4 p.m. Central here, as I DM the Courts of the Shadow Fae game, which is awesome, and the party have no idea where they are now. So it's all fun, it's all good. I'll be around other places, Twitter mainly, and there's stuff happening in the future. So yeah, that's me.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Taryn.
Yeah, hi, that's me. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at TarzanOZ, and pretty much always here on the Variant Roles. Yeah, so we've got this, the whole Burning Wheel thing. I guess that hasn't been mentioned yet, but that's on Sundays. And eventually, obviously, Project VHS has already been mentioned, and then season 2 of Urban Shadows, Juno. And so, yeah, that's coming up soon, very soon. October 13th is our start date for season 2. And then yeah,
Oh my God, so we have 3 premieres that week.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Grim
Yeah.
Femmes
Mhm.
and Urban Shadows
and Project
and
VHS.
VHS.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. Yep.
It's a
yep.
good week.
Yep. I'm in
Oh
all of
my
them and I'm so
God!
excited. It is like peak game, like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so stoked for
Awesome.
October. Y'all, October is when it hits off.
It's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be so good. Yeah. And then of course, last but certainly not least, Corey.
Hi, that's me. My name is Corey Hickson. I am on Twitter at Corey Hickson. Super easy to do. And I am here on variant roles for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Wow, 3 days in a row. Saturday is Invisible Sun, which you can catch up with a party of a masquerade that we're at that Alex is running for us. And we've got some great stuff going on there. Sunday is Fight for What You Believe, Burning Wheel, like we mentioned, and we are just coming up on a very low-key, nice little trial that's going to happen. So that'll be easy and painless, and no things will happen at all. And then now Monday for this show, and I am super excited. And yeah, that's myself.
Yay! Yeah, totally chill trial with no ulterior motives ever
Nothing
at all
going
for
on
anyone.
there.
Perfect. Awesome. And of course, I am Maria. I'm at Happy Capster all over the socials where I post things about stuff that I'm doing, like a project that my husband and I just started. Well, not just started. He's been working on it for a while. I've just joined Goblin Society Games, where we're going to be posting a bunch about lots of TTRPG stuff, some gaming stuff. We just launched our website. We just got a Twitter. So if you like, you can go and support us there. That would be cool. We don't have a whole lot yet, but there's a lot that we are planning on doing in the future, especially once the new year rolls around. It's going to be super awesome. And then, of course, I'm here a lot as well. Right now, I have 2 Sunday games. I've got that good old Monster Hearts, and then I've got that good old Burning Wheel back to back, and it's great. And I'm here doing this for a couple more weeks, and it's gonna be great. And then all of the things that everybody else has already mentioned: Grim Femmes, we've got Project VHS, Urban Shadows, just a whole lot of everything. So keep an eye on all of our socials, especially variant roles, because they tell you when we're doing all of the things. We are going to raid.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. This
No
is
one.
actually important. Tomorrow there is a charity stream that we are doing. Anders is going to be running Val and I through his game Home. And the charity is to support Alzheimer's research. And he is doing this to honor his grandmother who just passed. So please swing by tomorrow. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be really wonderful.
And you can also get, I'm sure that this will be plugged tomorrow as well, but if you want to check out Home before the stream tomorrow, you can get it on itch.io. You can find I don't remember Anders' Twitter handle off the top of my head.
Anders_D_K.
Thank you. But yeah, you can find it. I know it's on his Twitter, so go check it out. But we're going to raid Legends of Evantris. Perfect. If you guys can stick around, show them some love. They are fantastic, wonderful, beautiful, awesome people. We love you all. We will see you next week. Hang around. Be cool. See ya.